All right, we're going to give you a little video debrief from this weekend. Great qualifier at the Pontiac Yacht Club. Here we are dropping into a start. This is from Saturday, big breeze on Saturday, and we're going to key in on Mason's start here, sail number 21. For starters, I'm not a big fan of jibing on the line, but nothing catastrophic happened there. So right here, looks like Mason's looking for a hole. I see a hole right there, right below 24. Okay. So I think Mason's going to go for a late at the boat start. You know, we're not a huge fan of that start. It really congested over there where you might be able to fight for the boat or you might get shot out the back. Whereas if you tack in a hole and defend it, you might be boat third and be able to rock it out. Let's see how this works out for him. He's actually pushed his way into a hole. Let's see. Not quite yet. He's actually working his way into a little hole. Not a big one. You see 19 really kind of has control over him right now. Not a bad start. Certainly has freedom to tack if he needs to. But, you know, he might even be sucking gas from 19 a little bit. I think that late at the boat start certainly presents a lot of problems, so you might want to try to avoid that if possible. So let's see what the next clip is going to bring for us. All right, so let's follow Balin here. So he's in red number 9. I think we're about a minute and a half from the start here. Sorry, so that was a minute and a half right there. A lot of people jibing on the starting line. Not the biggest fan of that. All right, so now Balin is searching for a hole. Who's he going to tack underneath? Let's see. Was Balin also going for late at the boat here? No, he's not. I like that. Okay. I don't. He actually has a nice little hole for himself. Now you have to be really careful to defend that hole from people coming from the pen end and people coming from behind you. See, Mason going to try to take Balin's hole. So if I were Balin, I would have headed down at Mason a little more, and then as soon as he tacks, you head up and preserve that space to leeward so you have a hole to bear off into. Let's see how this pans out for the two of them. So Mason and Balin. Mason is 22. Balin is in number 9. Because Mason just ate up Balin's hole right now, and Balin's kind of stuck. He's trying to hold his position, but he has nowhere to bear off to power up. Now it looks like Mason fell off a little bit. So neither one of them are really in a great position right now. No way to power up. And let's remember, the hardest you should work your boat is maybe the 30 seconds after the start. It's so important to get off the line quickly and have speed so you can control your own destiny. Like now Mason, I mean, he's just looking for a place to tack. He's in panic mode because he's in bad air and he can't tack. Balin's been able to work a little height. I think he's probably doing okay, and he can tack if he wants as well. Here we are to Sunday. I want you to take a look upwind here. So there are often times where geographical factors will have an effect on the wind. See how there's a lot more open space to the left. Shore is much closer to the right side of the course. Oftentimes, you're going to have a larger wind shadow, and maybe the wind will be a little shiftier over on the right. So as you can see, the boats on the left side certainly have more velocity. Both crew are up on the high side. The boats on the right, that is not the case. See this boat on the far right? He has his crew on the low side. And not only that, in this particular scenario, this created a nice little lift coming up the left side on port. So it actually turned it into the left being very favored. The boats that were able to get to the left and take advantage of that port left came out ahead almost every single beat until the wind started to shift a little more to the right, and that factor kind of went away. But right here, that was huge. So it's really important to not just think about what kind of wind shifts might come because of weather patterns, but also geographical patterns. That makes a big difference. And we sail on a lot of small lakes in college and high school sailing, so that is a factor more often than not in our experience. Let's drop in to start here. We're going to take a look at Balin and Emma Hershey both. So Balin here, number 5. Watch him tack into a hole. I'm fine with that. Lots of space to leeward. Great place to tack. Now let's watch 18 try to take Balin's hole. I'm going to try to do the same thing Balin did. Balin needs to bear off a lot more, force them to tack earlier, and then shoot the boat up into the wind. And that way you can preserve that space to leeward, give yourself a nice big hole to bear off in. If you look over at boat number 15, a little for your right, see Emma is just very buried right there. So Emma, you need to either bail out or speed up right here. Even though we're 30 seconds to the start, you know it's not going to be good. So just bail out, get yourself into a better situation. Let's use this time lapse to kind of look at an example of the geographical factor again. You can just see how much better the left side of the course was, and it's just because of that. So much more space being to the left than to the right between the marks and shore. When you get close to shore, you get wind shadows, you get crazy wind shifts, and it was certainly less velocity on the right than it was on the left. So it's important to identify those things as you're out there sailing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out on the water.